Hey, I had a lot of questions about how you can do assignments without having to have a printer and you can send them back to me. So I thought I would try to show you on one of these labs that we did last week as a class about how you can do this. So right here you should see a little arrow that shows to open it in the corner. You see that on both, hopefully. So you click that. This is opening up our Tootsie Roll Pop lab. And I can't send it to you so that you can type on it because it would mess up my original copy. So what you do is you come over here to where it says File, and you make a copy and label it with your name. Let's see. So whatever your name is, Joe Smith's Tootsie Roll Pops. Say OK. It's going to open a copy that you can type on, so you're not in my original copy. And at that point, you can go in and make your changes. So let's talk about how we did the Tootsie Roll Pop lab. So the first thing we did was the hypothesis. We estimated how many times it would take to get, that we would have to lick to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop. And then we talked about our variables and we listed those out. Things like everyone must lick the same amount, the same type of licks. Like we couldn't have somebody doing licks that started way back in the back of their mouth, like they were almost making themselves try to vomit or something, and then somebody else doing tiny little licks. Like that wouldn't have worked. Everybody has to have the same licks. Do not turn the sucker at all. So you had to go straight from one side to the center. Stop when you taste the Tootsie Roll inside. Trying to think what I always said. Oh, you can't bite because otherwise you're like the owl and you're getting to the center. And maybe you guessed, you put whatever number you think. Maybe you guessed 95 licks to get to the center. And you come up here and underline it of what your licks were so I know what your answer was. And then these are answers to underline them. There we go. Hope you're kind of seeing how to do this now. Now we got our experiment. We had our Tootsie Roll Pop, your tongue, yours please, not the dog's, lab paper, pencil. Unwrap your candy. Count the amount of licks it takes you to get to the center. Keep your licks consistent. Everyone should use long licks with the whole tongue, not just short flicks. And somewhere you're going to make tally marks. So for every 5 licks, you would draw one line down. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, draw one line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do another line. And remember, when you get to 5, that's when you will do your crossover. So then you count up how many licks you had total. Total number of licks goes right here. So I had my amount. Now this is that amount of tallies. So remember, you count 5, 10, 15, 20, 16, 17 for your tallies. I had maybe 96 tallies. So that's my total number. Whoops. Let me put this where it goes. How many licks? 96. And remember, this was for Joe Smith because that was my name. So the total number of licks of that is 96 times 5, which equals, and you could do that on your calculator. So then you come down here, put your total number of licks, however much this was, 96 times 5. Total number of students would be 1 because you're only one kid, equals this. And that would be your answer. It got put back up here because it was taken. Anyway. The results, it took me blank licks to get to the center of my Tootsie. If I could spell today. Roll Pop. Okay. So then I'm ready. I've finished my assignment. I've turned it in. I'm going to move this back up here where it's supposed to go. Don't worry about it too much if it gets off. It won't be that big a deal. I can fix that when I get it back if it's really, really off. But I'm ready to turn this in now. So I'll come over here and I share it with, remember we went through a whole tutorial on how you share, how you make, a contact list. So if you've done that tutorial, you've added me, Miss Mixon, Miss Coggins, and Miss Corin. I think she says Cochran, I'm sorry, I just have met her. Then you're going to know how to do this. So misty.pike@haraldson.k12.ga.us. If you haven't done that, you need to go through that tutorial I posted on how to make Google contacts. And then you are done, so you send it to me. You can check and make sure it was shared. It should be. You can go down here and say, let's see. Somewhere. Well, I don't see it off the top of my head, but I know it's here somewhere. So anyway, that's how you share it, is you just come to here and share it, and that's how you turn it in when you're done. So I've shared it and then realized, oh my goodness, I made a mistake. What can I do? Well, can you still fix it? Absolutely you can. I didn't have 96 licks. I had 95 licks. So I'll come in here and change this to 95. Type it in. You don't have to reshare it. I've already got it, and the changes will automatically come to me. So hopefully that'll give you an idea of how you're going to take something that's on the website and make a copy, name it, your names, and the same thing so I know it's yours, and then how to share it when you're done so that I get it. So hopefully that'll fix that problem for you. Quickly, I will look at the other lab video. That was the M&M lab. We're going to open it up. So remember, you're going to make a copy. Instead of copy, Joe Smith's, not Joe Smith, your name. And say OK. Close the original. Okay, so for this, you're going to need a package of M&Ms. You can use a fun size. You can use whatever you've got around the house. I don't care, whatever you want to use. The hypothesis is I believe that there will be, this many will be the most, and this will be the least. So you're basically putting a color here. So you can get your colors from here, green, orange, yellow, blue, brown, red. So I think there's going to be the most red. And remember, there was a blank there, so you want to underline it. I think there will be the least blue. This is a guess. So you come over here and say, of my green, I think there'll be, let me help you on this. Our package had a total of 20. The fun size have approximately 20, but your actual, you'll tell me when you get to the actual. A stands for actual. The P is for the prediction. So my numbers here need to add up to 20. You should be able to read the back of the envelope and see about how many usually come in your package. But if not, just go with 20 and you can make it work. So whatever number I want to come in with, there'll be 4 of these, there'll be 3 of these, 1 of these, 6 of these. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So we noticed that we wanted 4 green. So all I have figured out so far of how to color these is to, what I did is I just come up here and I made my highlight green and I made my color green and I typed the word green. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says green. And that's showing 4 bars that are green. So what we're making is a bar graph. We might could put some spaces, yes we can, and make it even more. And Make it a little more colored in like that. If you go too many, you can use the Z, Control Z, and it will take it back. But just as long as I can see that you're trying to make a bar graph, that's the best you can do. I'm fine with that. Alright, so we need 3 orange. We need 1 Z button, Control Z. It's a great button. 1, 2, 3. Once again, come up here, choose orange, and choose orange, and type ORANGE, some space bars in the middle, make orange. Think you're seeing what I'm doing? Okay, and then complete the rest for them. So once again, this is a bar graph to display our data. So then you're going to open your pack of M&Ms. You're going to count how many M&Ms you had. The total of them, maybe you have 24. Then you count how many greens, how many orange, how many blue, yellows, blues, browns, and reds. Come over here and do the same graphing. And then your results. The largest number of M&Ms in my package were, I don't know, blue, red, whatever you got over here was the largest number. And the smallest number was this. So whatever color you had the most, whatever color you had the least goes here. And remember to underline, because this was underlined so I can find your answer fast. And when you're ready, remember you share. See, here I am. So if it's in your contacts, as soon as you start typing, you're going to see it. I also got K12, there I am. That's the right one. I can click it and send, and it will automatically send me your work so you are done. So I hope this video helped you understand how to get to these things and how to turn them into me. I think that will help you a whole lot and answer some questions we had last week. Thanks, and talk to you later. Bye.